Hello everybody, welcome back to another one of that. So, yeah, remember last time I made a poll on Reddit about, some other thing about the most influential generation. So I said in that video that I might make me this question: which game feature or game mechanic is the most influential? So as you can see by the question in bolded, I asked the question to the Pokemon subreddit: which of the following features are so influential that, should they be introduced in any generation other than the one they did, would prove to make that generation more influential than they already are? Or also known as, which game mechanic is the most important? So, here's what I mean by that. As you can see over here, if the physical special split occurred in Gen 2 or Gen 5, would that make Gen 2 or Gen 5 more influential than they already are? Is what I mentioned. So with Pokemon Legends Arceus, by the way, I'm going to talk about that later, part of the video. So, Pokemon Legends Arceus, some core features of the franchise are not present, such as there's no abilities. I don't know if there's breeding. I'm pretty sure there's no breeding, but maybe I'm wrong. But again, I'm pretty early on in the game, so I wouldn't know. And some other stuff are just kind of not there. So I believe, if I'm not mistaken, natures aren't in the game either. I could probably check. I don't think natures are in the game either. As you can see, I'm actually in Pokemon Arceus off screen, so just give me a second. Yeah. Oh no, natures are in the game. Never mind. They're just kind of hard to find. Okay, so anyway, point is, I'm just good. So I know it's point. I asked the poll subreddit all these things here. So let's look at the poll itself. Yeah. Gen 4 crowd strikes again. So, as you see, out of, how many was it? Out of 185 votes, 182 of them say the physical special split is the most important game feature, the most influential one out of the entire series, and then followed by abilities, and then followed by breeding, and then trainer customization, and then additional types. And by additional types, I mean the introduction of the Dark Steel type in Gen 2, and of the Fairy type in Gen 6. And then I put, anything else other at last place. So, people really care about the physical special split more than anything else. So, to our knowledge, that in Legends Arceus, abilities are not in the game, but yet is still second place overall. To my knowledge, breeding isn't there. Might be there. And then trainer customization is there. There's no new types there, but there are some new stuff in Arceus. So other different how moves have changed. So let's go see what the comments in this one. There's not a lot compared to the rest. As you can see here, there's 9 comments, but I haven't read any of it yet. So even after a month, so let's see them. Yeah, the physical special splits for me, since it made some months, actually utilize their types and stats, which is the case for most dark types. Dark type Pokemon really needed the physical special split. But honestly, if you ask me, the dark type should have been physical from the start. Dark should have been a physical type back in Gen 2 and 3. Because it wouldn't. I just feel like it's kind of odd that you would think that a type like Psychic, who is full of Pokemon that are pretty high-ish in special defense, but not special in defense, would be more weak to a physical type. And since every single Dark type move introduced before Gen 4 was physical in Gen 4, that Dark should have been a physical type. But it ain't. Why? I don't know. Probably to make Umbreon a special type, just to be more consistent with the evolutions, the rest of all special types. But honestly, in Gen 4 specifically, some Pokemon actually... Oh, what the heck happened here? Okay, so in Gen 4 specifically, some Pokemon actually was worse off than other types after the special split. But most of them, not all of them, did like gain some new stuff over time to make use of the physical special split. And the split has not really left this franchise, so, or at least the main series, the core games. If you look at games like Go, who doesn't even use like physical special split, not like they really needed it. So again, with this, what's next with this? Like, anyway, moving on. So you see that breeding is definitely hands down. You can keep playing without abilities or the special split. So, for me, okay, if you ask me what like, the most influential thing is, breeding is it. Because, like, imagine, like, trying to get multiple starters, but, like, nobody wants to trade you anything, so what are you gonna do? Oh, I know, how about make more of the one starter I have? So, honestly, like, I can understand him playing without abilities because other Pokemon games like Let's Go do not have abilities, and they're fine. And as is the case with Arceus, they don't have abilities, and it's fine. And the physical special split, I should call it the PS or PSS. No, I can't call it the PSS because PSS is a different thing. Let's call it the special split. I don't know. That's fine. Find it much easier to say. It rolls off the tongue better. The special split actually was kind of important, so I kind of understand like them keeping it. Oh, this person's abilities, it can affect any run, unlike the split, which affects more advanced players. That's actually a good point, because, like, even in Gens 1 and 2, like, if like, some Pokemon can't, like, utilize the split very well, then, they could just use other moves, like, for coverage. So, they don't, like, for casual people, casual players, don't really care about the split that much. But some of the more advanced players like would appreciate it. So, however, it is the case that the special split was kind of a big deal, but for just a casual fan, it's kind of a whatever. Because like they probably would still put, let's say a Pikachu with both Spark and with Thunderbolt, and it'll be just fine. Or just have Spark and, like, just only physical moves on the modest Pikachu. And we'll still do fine. So, that I kind of get. And especially for abilities like Speed Boost on like, Ninjask was kind of a big deal. Speed Boost on Blaziken made it uber. And then some other ability just went overblown for how crazy they end up being. Because, like, abilities can turn a relatively, like, a relatively like weak or unknown Pokemon into some sort of like meta-defining powerhouse, like was the case with Politoed in Gen 5. And like for Pokemon like both Ninetales, which you see both reflecting weather abilities, they made them very important for their respective weather team. I get it. This one says the most influential in Gen 2 overall, but I think adding types is the most influential thing a thing can do. Adding Dark and Steel and Fairy changed again is very core. It's especially they make Fairy most of all. I think even more than Dark and Steel. Like, I guess Steel's kind of a broken type in Gen 2, but just there weren't any broken Pokemon in it. Anyway, and Gen 2 had breeding. Yep, definitely this. I'm surprised it didn't mention held items in this, considering how big of a deal that is. Like, I know Arceus doesn't have held items. Neither does Let's Go, but now I think about it, should held items been in there? But maybe just like it was introduced so early, like it was like in the case of breeding or additional types. Maybe I should have put held items in that poll. Now that I think about it, but then again, if I had to choose between like Dark Steel Fairy or held items, I probably would have chosen the former anyway. So, let's see here. That's not important. I really don't see how anything else. Okay, so basically, why is the answer not breeding? Essentially, so I can see that. Yeah, definitely change competitive. But then just mostly change competitive, but not necessarily like, the casual play. Okay, So, I don't know about the physical stuff split. If they did play the old Dragon, a lot of people are probably going to end up using the Pokemon they like anyway. The games aren't that difficult, so they don't have to worry about. Breeding isn't a thing that cattle tend to do either outside or maybe once or twice. Fair enough. I'd actually go with abilities, even then skeptically doing so. This person was not entirely sure of what to pick, because a lot of these things don't necessarily affect the casual play. Except maybe additional types of trade customization. I think these two specifically, I believe those two are mostly affects casual players more than the others. Because most of these are mostly just for more advanced and competitive, but and even so, abilities kind of a big deal. But I think these two are more casual, and these three are more competitive. But guess which one of these is like the clear winner, the competitive side? So that's surprising. Like competitive is what is driving these three here. So other than that, those two are just any other options are just whatever. So anyway, that's pretty much it for this video. I don't know what else topic I can do for a Reddit poll. So if you got any ideas of what to do, either do it yourself or just ask us. Maybe I'll just make a video out of it. So see you guys later.